Alright guys, let me run you through my analysis for Friday. It's currently Saturday, so yeah, this isn't hindsight trading, but I'm going to be completely transparent here. I lost some money kind of at the beginning of the session, but I ended up making some money on the way out, so it wasn't too stressful, it was alright. Um, and my loss wasn't that big, it was about 0.5% on my account, just because I knew it was a bit of a risk, but I was hoping to make some money on it. So I think I risked, what was it? It was this trade here. So I got liquidity swept. So let me actually run you through what's going on. Let me not run you through the trade that I took. So going into the day, we had these previous week highs that obviously I marked out, would have been at the beginning of the week. Also had marked out my Asian highs, my London highs. I spelled that there. London lows, Asian lows, and my pre-market news. So these would be your data highs and data lows. So kind of 8:30 news broke out, swept lows, swept highs. So at this point, it was one of those it could go in either direction. Um, but the real move was at the open. The open went up to the previous week highs and swept them. Now, I was almost convinced we were going to continue higher. Um, so this is why I entered my trade and I lost about 0.5%. So I entered here, there, and there. So that was about a call it 1 to 4. That's what I was kind of thinking. I was looking to make about $100 on this, risk 25. So I lost 25 going into the market open. Sorry, going to the open of the macro. And this is again, once this fair value gap here that's marked out gets invalidated and shut below, and this is a massive displacement to the downside. There was news at 10, and that's why I didn't account for the news at 10, which is why I think going into next week I need to be a bit more wary of. I need to actually have a double check what news there is. I mean, I saw this news here, was cool. Didn't take this news into consideration, and yeah, that's why I lost out on money. So at least I can look back and see where I lost going into the week. But once we displaced below this, and after sweeping this, I was convinced we were going to go lower. So let me also just go into the 4 hour quickly. So you can see in the 4 hour here, we're inside this fair value gap still. I mean, it's not really anything too yeah, it's nothing really. I mean, but it was this sweep here that was really big. So my analysis was once we displaced lower, we would go and target the previous day lows, and we did that before I could even get any type of entry. I mean, went from previous week highs to previous day lows really quickly, and there was nothing really that you could grab on the way down other than this. And even then, this isn't really a significant enough move for me. I mean, there's no confluence on the 5 minute. There's nothing really that I could have a look at. But once we had this, I'm on the 1 minute bell, so you went to the 5 minute. This kind of good sweep. I mean, I was looking at maybe it going back into the inverse up here, or maybe refill this and go back down. Um, Somewhere like that. I was thinking maybe then I could enter a trade and go down and catch something big, but it just kept displacing. So my entry was my second entry for this was here. Was this trade here? I took a 1 to 2. It wasn't exactly this, but it was something along these lines. It was, I think I had it something along those lines there. It was a bit of a choppy trade. So again, we were in a massive, I think 4 hour fair value gap. Um, yeah, there was just a lot of confluence here for us to continue up. We have this kind of order block here. The 1 hour, sorry, the 1 day order block mixed with obviously this breaker block. So I mean, again, I think going into next week we'll take all this back out. We'll probably take out these highs going into next week. But yeah, there was a lot going on in the news, and I think again, if there's so much news dropping in a day, I'm probably not going to trade. But that was the trade I took. Obviously, I took the trade um, up here, lost out on this one that I was targeting. So I was looking to make a decent amount of money here. Something like something on this line. So Lost 25 here, made 100 and something here. It was like a 1 to 2 point something. But so yeah, made some money for the day. But again, news was just ridiculous. And again, I probably wouldn't have taken. Sorry, going ahead, I probably won't take trades like this again, just because with all this news and all the liquidity getting swept, it's not great. But this is probably a really great indication of how powerful liquidity is. I mean, this sweep here got us going lower, so this is where you can kind of gather how important it is, mixed with your fair value gaps and your other confluences. On it works out. So no, I did still think we were going to go up here, but once we displaced here, I used this fair value gap and tried to get an entry. So yeah, worked out nicely. We're still all during the macro. Was this the 10:45? 11:15 macro. So yeah, a couple macros here that I entered at the beginning of this macro. Yeah, it wasn't the best day ever for trading, but made something out of it. Made a couple dollars. I think my account's now up about 400. Next week I'll probably show a live trade or two. But I just thought I'd give you a bit of a hindsight trade that I took this week on Friday during news. It wasn't a great day for trading, as I said. And in hindsight, I probably wouldn't trade like this again. And just learning from. Anyways, till next time.